how does the common person find somebody that can uh, speak to meet their needs, figure out their body, figure out what
Mhm.
they can take in well, what they don't take in well, where they're at in their life? Because like even in certain phases of life, you've been able to eat things, and certain phases you haven't been able to eat things. It seems like there's very few resources out there for that as far as like the person individually.
So do you remember all those ER visits that
Mhm.
I talked about? Those are expensive.
Mm.
So learning where I want to put my money. So, and that's in my health. So finding functional medicine, that's where it's at right now, is finding a functional medicine provider that's going to walk you through this and test you and figure out, um, yeah, what is working for you. And
And a lot of times you have word of mouth of who has helped. So like just, sometimes you hit a point in life where stress, lack of sleep, compounds the issue. And why all of a sudden are you not feeling well where 2 years ago you were feeling fine? Sometimes you just need a reset to get you back going again. So I can't even count the number of people we've sent to like Dr. Ross, like, hey,
Yeah.
go check him out.
Dr.
Um,
Cheryl Bones from Prairie Roots Chiropractor, she's really good. Um,
but once you find, I mean, I think the thing is people don't feel good. And there's two groups. Some just keep going down the path, and some are like, I need to dig and I need to dig and I need to dig. Um, and then, I mean, Jody's mentioned it a couple times is like understanding your body, which I don't know if everyone can comprehend what that means. But after you eat, how do you feel? How's your brain fog? How do you feel getting up in the morning? Um, and kind of starting to play like, okay, I feel okay when I do this, and I don't feel okay when I do that. But if
Mhm.
you're not feeling well overall, you can kind of just keep eating junk and not exercising and all that other stuff because you always feel rotten. You never feel better. So yeah, I mean, a couple kind of jump back to Jaden's question a little bit. Jody's gone through like almost every diet there is possible, multiple elimination diets. And I mean, at some point, just going to more of like a meat-based diet, which most people tolerate extremely well, and then slowly adding things back in to find out um, what what's good, what's not. Jody said she loved to cook, and I remember in our early years, it'd be meat and a vegetable and a starch and a homemade bread and a dessert. Like, I mean, I had probably like 4,000 calories for supper. And, I mean, really now looking back, we eat meat, maybe a vegetable and some fruit. Like, try to simplify your foods a little bit, put a little variety between some of them, but then trying to realize what we really don't need either.
I think it's really cool that we have the ability to experiment with ourselves and the ability to, because we control everything that goes in our mouth. Like no matter what happens, we will have control over what we do eat. And so just having the ability to just experiment with foods, like you said, try meat, see how you feel, throw something in. If it makes you feel worse, maybe try something else. Like we have to show the importance of investing in yourself. Like you said, the cost of being unhealthy is always going to outdo the cost of being preventative and taking the steps to prevent whether it's obesity or whatever comes with that inflammation later on. So I think it's just really important to educate the importance, but it's hard to hold people's hands. Like a lot of them don't even know, like they don't know what it is besides bad. Like I don't know what metrics I'm supposed to be looking at to determine what is bad. Like we're talking maybe bowel movements are off, or maybe just things that people don't want to talk about or don't know who to ask. I think it's a problem, but I think it's something that we're getting closer to, and it's different from that traditional medicine, right? Like we've had high blood pressure, here's some medication, but I think we're asking the right questions of what can we do to prevent these things, and I personally think it's headed in the right direction. But yeah, then you get these internet experts online that will tell you something that's completely the opposite of what you've heard. And yeah, it's hard. I don't know.
The one thing that is so hard for me to see is when I was so ill, I hardly had the energy to do it. And so he was there for me, like, you can do this. He would cook my food. Let's go for a walk. You can do this. People don't have that. And
Mm.
so that's where I was like, I just want to be there for him. I just want to help. I know, I just want to be that person that they don't have. But we can all be that person to multiple people. I mean, we all have friends, we all have family. But it's so hard because when you are so sick, it's so hard to find that energy because you do have that elephant you're carrying, and it's so hard
Yeah.
to get up and move.